Aaron's. They're running sports on the Pat McAfee Show.
Odell and I have been friends for a number of years now, and so we keep in contact, often. We talked at various times over the years, and obviously with a player like that, you're always hoping that there's a time where you can figure things out and play together.
Is Green Bay. Key is Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, and those – you got to see Key watching great quarterbacks when he's so jealous as a receiver, watching these receivers go, oh, it's like a handoff. Are those handoffs from Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay the best place for Odell, do you think?
I think between, if the Rams situation gets cleaned up, that's the best spot for him on the pecking order. Then I think the Green Bay spot becomes number 2 because he brings another veteran presence to a young, they got Lazar, who's still, relatively young, but they got Cobb and Sammy Watkins there. But he brings a veteran presence to situation. And Kansas City certainly can use him. There's no question about it. Any of the 3 spots would be good, but the Green Bay thing, because Aaron Rodgers have basically openly gushed about a guy who is a free agent and not signed with a team right now, it certainly feels like if I'm going to recruit you to bring you in, I'm going to make sure that you're not in a situation like Allen Robinson is with the Los Angeles Rams. That was one of the interesting things about Allen Robinson going to LA with Cooper Kupp and then potentially OBJ coming back and Van Jefferson being there, that the amount of touches to help your team win would be probably less than at other places because of the relationship that Cooper Kupp has with Matthew Stafford along with Sean McVay, who seems to only get the football to one guy, and that's Cooper Kupp. Now, when you go to Kansas City, you got Travis Kelce there with the relationship that he has with Patrick Mahomes. There's no real relationship in Green Bay outside of Randall Cobb in crucial situations. So if you look at it and you scouring the best place to get your next Super Bowl ring, I would personally think it would be Green Bay. I go back and think about why Deshaun Jackson wanted out of Los Angeles so bad, because he wasn't allowed to contribute at a certain level because he was there. He knew that the offense was going to run through Cooper Kupp, which rightfully so, because he catches the football, he contributes, he does some things, he helped them win a Super Bowl. It becomes a point in time, though, as a player, you don't want to stand out there and be a cardboard cutout just for that reason. But if Aaron Rodgers is going to get him the football and is going to help him win, I think Green Bay is the best spot.
You see, I say this point to add on to yours, Key, not to sidetrack us, but I think it further clarifies how I see it. The whole immunization, right? Immunized. Like, for me, like when I heard that moment, I was like, oh, okay, like Aaron Rodgers is very specific with what he says. And there's a lot of intent behind what he says to the media. Even if he's asked a particular question, I just pay attention. I lean in more now.
You mean the phrasing and the words he chooses?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Bill Clinton style.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, what does that actually mean?
You got to start looking it up to make sure that you pin him down on the exact interpretation. Yeah.
So for me, hearing him, even if look, if you think all the pieces that you currently have in play are enough to get you there, here's how I would answer that question. Even if somebody asks, so how about any of your friends, or would you like to play with OBJ? But look, I'm really happy with what we got right now. With what we have right now with our youth, with the additions of our veterans, like that's it. Like we can win a championship with this. But to me, this further continues the conversation about Aaron Rodgers and his relationship with management. Because this to me is a sign.
And the young receivers,
And the young receiver. This to me is a sign like, hey, look, what we currently have, yeah, I'm happy, okay. We need more.
What do you think of that, Key?
We need more, Key, to help us get there. Real quick before we get out of here.
I need your response to that real quick before we get out of here.
I don't subscribe to what Jay is saying. That's real quick.
All right.
You don't think he needs more?
No, I don't.
And he's not messaging
it would be a luxury to have more.
Is he sending a message to management or his young receivers by saying that about Odell?
Neither.
Okay.
Neither.
70 times, but I still know I'm that dude. Like, you need to have that sort of toe the line of, like, confidence and arrogance a little bit. And Mitch just is you could tell that when you got a rookie who went to Pitt and the fans are cheering for him in the preseason, it was going to be a wrap sooner or later.
He said the magic words, 2 words, Joe Burrow.
Joey Burrow.
That's right, Key.
That's
You know all the endorphins start to pump in my body. Oh, yeah, Joe Burrow. All right. Sam Darnold is not close to coming off the injured reserve. Hot news or not news?
So I normally would say not news because, okay, at this point, it's Sam Darnold. But the fact that Baker has not looked good, the fact that Matt Rule is on the hot seat, the fact that this offense and Ben McAdoo, for whatever reason, it just is not clicking. The Panthers have no other options right now, so they have to stick with Baker. That's why I think it's hot news.
Yeah, it's not news at all. I mean, the quarterback situation in Carolina is not very good, clearly, right?
But
And
that's
the
why it's hot news.
Yeah, it's not,
Come
but
on.
it's for you. It's hot news because you gotta be at the games and stand there and watch this stuff. It's not hot news to me. And both of these quarterbacks are not very good. And so in the end, the coach is gonna get fired. They already probably out there talking to some coaches behind the scene, getting ready to tee it up for late December when they fire him. That's just Carolina ain't going nowhere. So it's not news.
You see, Key, I think this is hot news, not because of Sam Darnold, but because of Baker Mayfield and his lack thereof performance. His QBR is dead last in the NFL. And if we're talking about Matt Rule getting fired, a new regime coming in, I'm not sticking with that as my quarterback. So this may be the talk of Baker Mayfield becoming a backup quarterback in the NFL.
It's not news, man. It's Sam Darnold, guys. It can't be news if it's Sam Darnold. I hate to tell you, it's just like a certain level, man. Russell Wilson expects to play Thursday night football. Is that hot news or not news?
Can I just say, I'm not excited about this game. I'm just
It's not the most glamorous game
It's
of all
not the
time.
most glamorous game of all
Yeah.
time. I mean, Russell's play. I mean, I expect the Broncos to win because the
Cool
Colts.
Russ plays.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
Jay, you going?
No, it's not in London, Key. If we were in London, I would go.
Yeah, it's not. It's not news, man.
I care more
It's
about
whatever.
Baker and Sam Darnold than this right now. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I mean, it's
tired.
football. We want to watch it. It's,
We're
you
gonna
know,
watch
it's what
it.
We,
We are gonna watch it. This is what we
It's
do.
what we
love
do, but
football.
it's the Colts and the damn Broncos.
Who needs a game more?
I'm gonna get some. I'll be coming in refreshed on Friday, man. It's not gonna be one of those
Who
late
needs
nights
it
on
more?
Thursday
Who
night
needs a
for
game
me.
more?
If you're the Broncos and you lose to the Colts,
Oh, not good. I mean, the Colts are already trending in the wrong direction. this
Trending
feels
is
like.
so-
Broncos
wrong
have
direction.
time though. No one that division, as it turns out,
the
is.
Broncos are in a harder division though.
But I'm
So
saying
I'll
they have
say-
a little time, even if they drop a
So,
bad one early.
Fair, even if but to me, the Colts have an easier division, so like they actually can pick up steam as the season goes on and still have a chance given their division. I think the Broncos have less margin for error given their division.
I would have certainly
Jay.
said that to start the season. Yeah.
What up?
Who wins? Is it the Colt or is it the Bronco? You get it?
So stupid. That's what the
You
game
know
has dwindled
what?
down
You know
to.
what?
That's what the
We
Thursday
can't-
night game has dwindled down
Down
to.
to us.
The Colt or the Bronco, the horses.
If only they had the horses, am I right?
Cha!
They're a bunch of front runners, am I right? All right. Thank you, Kimberly A. Martin.
Yo,
as
fresh
always.
kicks today.
Oh, yeah.
I like
You
it.
got them
Thank you,
Wookiees.
Jay.
She got the Wookiees
Wow.
I'm not.
Wow.
My bad. My
Did you
bad.
see- did
I
you
think
guys
they're
see the
fly.
on. She got the
furs? You
Bacas
think?
on.
She got the fur.
Boots with
on top.
the furs.
Chewies.
You guys